My first gig was at the Exeter Cavern. I think it was the beginning of 2009 in February, and I've never been so scared in my whole life. And I think I closed my eyes the entire time and didn't move, and held the microphone so tightly I'm surprised there's any microphone left by the end of the show. And it was a really nice night actually, because obviously I'd never played live before. In that way I'd done lots of open mic nights and all sorts of stuff before, but I'd never played as a Roux before live, which is I think is such a weird thing about modern music as well. You don't ever tour anything and then make a record, it's kind of the other way around, as was the case for us. And yeah, I remember there kind of being like a couple of girls outside with a kind of mini quiff and stuff. Yeah, that was a weird night. It was a weird night. I remember it very, very, very clearly in an unbelievably small dressing room / toilet. Yeah, but there was a fond memories of those gigs actually. They were scary, but they teach you a lot of lessons. I think I tried not to think about it until I kind of got there. We did quite a lot of rehearsals, but again, it's kind of, there's a certain amount that you can prepare for and there's a certain amount that you just can't prepare for at all. You know, you have to kind of just see what happens. You're never quite sure. I mean, I remember when I first, thank God, I was really worried, I think the first time I ever stood up, because I'd always sat down and been playing guitar because I did like folk stuff throughout my kind of early teens. And I was really, really, really pranged out when I first had to stand up. And I stood up and I was like, I'm going to stand up and do it tonight. And I remember just my legs just doing this for the entire time, and just because of that then my voice wobbling and stuff like that's horrible. I would never go back to those experiences ever again. Fond memories, but I wouldn't do it again. I think shaking nerves off is something you always think you've done every week. You know, I think you get better and better and better at it, and I think each kind of few months you will go as a band or whatever as a performer, you go, no, we've really got it now, yeah, we've really got it. And then 3 months later you're like, no, we've really got it now. You know, I think those moments kind of happen throughout your career, and thank God, because otherwise you'd just be, plateauing. That wouldn't be so good. So yeah, there's new challenges all the time. You always think you've done, we did a great performance at Festival, and then we knew after that our next performance wouldn't be quite as good, because it just never is after you do your, and I think Festival was actually the best gig we've ever done, but I don't know, we say that for a week, I don't know. After the first gig in Exeter, I went for a curry with my A&R men at the time, and they'd already been for a curry that night, and this is when I started to learn about people in the music industry's appetite for Coca-Cola and curry and food in general. Yeah, so 2 curries in one night in a gig. And then I seem to remember we went back to the hotel, and I was really excited because I've never stayed in a hotel before, and it's like being on tour but for one night. And Mickey, my keyboard player, kind of used to be obsessed with milk and was addicted to milk and couldn't stop drinking milk, so she came around all of our rooms and took all of the milk from our minibars. That's all I remember.